catch me howling at the moon.
And we're live. Yeah, I didn't even tell you we were about to go live. So guess what? Hey, we're live. We're here. Somebody give me a sound check before we even get started, because we had this thing going before. I mean, amazing. I look like hell. Let me fix my light.
You don't look that bad.
Look rough. You know, it's early. It's early. Hold on. Let me turn this. Got fly feet. Can't just stand up. All right. There we go.
It's gloomy because it's been raining. Hi. Right. Good morning.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Conjure Cafe. This is our morning coffee live stream. Got me. You got this lady that y'all may not recognize because she was slightly different the last time you saw her. Slightly different.
I was blonde and blind. Now I got glasses so I could see.
Okay. So y'all, welcome Naomi back. Naomi, is it Naomi or Naomi? Which one is it?
It's the same. It's Naomi Campbell. Everybody gets her name right and then come over here and give me all the variations.
Listen, okay, I got the same problem. Going on, but I've heard Naomi so much, and I'm like, why? Just because you see an A and an I, now y'all want to use your context clues.
Well, if you're Hispanic, I've been Noemi, and the only people that call me Naomi is my family in New York. My grandma calls me that, and everybody in my New York family calls me that, so I don't correct them.
Okay. Look, I was telling you off camera that the robot mod, I just hired the robot mod, and now he's not coming to work.
It's Memorial Day. Everybody else is off, and then you just decide to.
There he is. He just showed up. Rascal just showed up. Look, just decided to come to work. Thank you for showing up, sir. I appreciate it.
Talking smack.
Right. It took him a while. He showed up late.
But look at the profile picture. That's why I showed up late.
Well, it is what it is. Whatever. I mean, I'm obviously overpaying him.
Whatever. Happy Memorial Day. Today's a great day to honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our country.
Yes.
I hope you all are having a great day. If you have off, if you're at work, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be seeing much barbecues here because it's raining, like real bad.
Oh, it's raining up there?
Yeah. My lawn is like puddled. And yeah, my dog is like, yes.
It is about 4 degrees hotter than hell down here.
Really?
I don't know what has gone on. Then I realized, okay, we're at the end of May going into June. I don't know when the official first day of summer is, but it's terrible already.
I mean, I was expecting it to be hotter earlier. Like we actually had a little bit of a spring, so I'm actually grateful for that. We had a little bit of spring. I was like, okay. I thought as soon as April was hit, I'm just gonna bust out the summer clothes like every time.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, listen, we started off with no rain down here for like a month. And let me tell you the fear that it put into me, because my water comes from a well. There's no big reservoir somewhere that they're pumping water to me from. And okay, so I'm talking to Mr. J's family. They're like, yeah, there was this one summer where the wells went dry. And I'm like, wait, what? How can that happen? But see, growing up in the city, Southwest Atlanta, too strong. It's like you don't run out of water, but down here it's like, oh man. And so if people come over now, I'm like, I'm gonna be holding my breath if they're like, can I use the bathroom? I'm like, ooh.
So you don't have rain barrels?
No.
I thought that was like an automatic country thing.
You know, no. There's okay. So hear me out. Hear me out. There is this big plastic reservoir that was purchased and it's out back of the house, but I don't know how to hook it up.
Well, that's the thing, that we're streaming on called YouTube, and you should probably.
I don't remember you being this sassy the first go around. If y'all don't remember, Naomi was on the Hoodoo Hates podcast with the other lady and Coco, and she never said anything. Do y'all remember this? Y'all remember she never said a thing. She would lean off camera and laugh.
First of all,
now you want to be all sassy.
I mean, it's just two of us. So if you want me to just sit here and give you facial expressions, I am more than happy to do that.
Let's not go into that. Let's not do that.
Okay.
So if you guys are wondering what this podcast is, this is, and I changed it right at the last minute to the Conjure Cafe. It was the Hoodoo Cafe. The Conjure Cafe is like our morning stream where, we have our coffee and we are chill. Let me turn on some music.
I got coffee. It's kind of cold. Cold black coffee is not good.
Turn on some music here.
Y'all, I love Valentine's Day cups. So every February, I usually go and get all the Valentine's Day gear, the pink and red stuff, even though I'm not really into that love stuff. I just like pink and red.
Oh, wait. Never mind. You were echoing, so I had to stop that.
I was echoing.
No, it's when I tried to play the music, it was capturing your audio too. So I got to figure something else out. But don't worry, we got this. Don't worry.
You're always touching something.
Listen, it's a lot to try to figure out here. There's a lot going on. But don't worry, I'm gonna get some music on here. I had music playing yesterday, and I literally had this one song that I liked on loop because I figure no one pays attention to the background music. It's just there to like cut the silence. And then one of my dear friends from the Broken Army was like, the song is playing too long. I'm like, because it's on repeat, it's looping. This is not like just somebody vibing out playing a song for like an hour. No, it's on repeat.
It's always one person that will pick up on those things. And
Yeah.
you piss them off.
Yeah,
Piss them
then
smooth off.
I tend to tick people off, and it's not intentional. I'm not trying. We're not going to do that. This show is not going to be me constantly having to defend myself for an hour. That's not what it's about to be.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm just giving the people, you pick on everybody else, so somebody's got to do it.
And I'm just going to mute you. Just going to mute you. You ain't going to say nothing. The whole stream be nothing. But no, okay. I feel, because the world has grown so, I don't know if I want to say soft. Gen H 3131. We're not about to do this. I don't need you joining in, chiming in about everything. I am a kind and gentle soul. I'm just here trying to do the Lord's work.
Right.
Dashe. I'm just here trying to do the Lord's work. That's it. Well, I can hear the music. Let me try one more time. Y'all let me know if when she talks, the music echoes, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Shout out Terry in the chat.
I mean, he picks on me all the time, and I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I mean, actually, his picking on me is pretty tame. I've had worse.
Is it echoing, y'all? Echo, okay. All right.
Oh, no. I think it might be my microphone. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Your microphone, it sounds like you are picking, like the mic is picking up from your phone, your camera, and not from your desktop.
It might be picking up from my laptop.
Yeah, check your sources.
I don't have nice, expensive headphones like you.
Oh my goodness. Well, don't worry. Don't worry. The show is going to take off, and we'll be able to purchase you some headphones.
I don't want to wear headphones. It's going to mess up my hair. Look like a dang Twitch streamer.
Okay, see, you said that on purpose, trying to make me say something, and then everyone's going to be mad at me.
What?
You said it's going to mess up your hair. Naomi.
I know I don't have any hair.
That's like me saying, oh my gosh, these things are messing up my hair.
I got more hair than you, though.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Have to put effort into it.
I so do not. Listen.
Look, as the days go on, you're gonna see it get worse and worse until I reset it.
That's okay. So we have the same hair care routine, because I know when it's time, because when this over here starts itching because it's gotten too long, then I know this up here, I just buzz it all down. I just buzz it all down. I get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't really have time to go to a hair salon, so I've learned how to cut my own hair, but sometimes I mess it up, so I got to restart. So the last time I cut my hair, I cut it too short. So it's growing back. Like I cut it way too short, but.
Listen, my hair grows so fast that I will literally let anyone cut my hair. Seriously. I have let my other nephew, when he was like 8, I let him cut my hair. And he was like, but uncle, what if I mess up? I said, boy, it don't matter. It literally does not matter, because my hair grows so fast, Naomi. If it gaps, there's a gap there, if I just stay in the house for a day and a half, it'll be evened out.
Nothing.
It'll be evened out.
Your hair, like my hair, if I wanted to grow it out, it wouldn't grow. But when I had it blonde, it would grow, and I have to dye it every 2 weeks. I was like, you know what? I can't.
Skybox Kenny in the chat said, Prophet, grow the dreadlocks. Probably not going to happen, Kenny. Although, let me tell you, so when I was up in Atlanta going to my niece's dance recital, where I met Naomi in person. I love meeting the Broken Army, like, in person. Y'all are so cool. Met Naomi in person. But fast forward back to the dance recital. I saw a bunch of family I haven't seen in a while. Okay. So I saw my dad's other son. Y'all put it together. Notice I said I saw my dad's other son. Did I say my brother? Y'all put it together. So he had long dreads. And I was like, yo, that looks cool. Now, granted, we're the same age. Y'all put that together too. We the same. We're the same age. And I'm like, that is so cool. But now I was like, by the time I actually get some dreads grown, even as fast as my hair grows, it wouldn't work. And plus, I have a large head. So
Yeah. And then who's gonna do your hair out there? You're gonna have to drive to get somebody to do your hair. We know you can't do it.
what, drive? I can
No,
absolutely drive.
do your own hair.
No, I can't do it.
We've heard what you brushing Noonie hair.
Listen, y'all gonna get off me about doing the baby's hair, okay?
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a class.
It's
I
gotta
may
be
not look
done.
like I know how to do hair, but
It's
I'm gonna
got to
give you
be
a class.
done. It's not my fault that she has all this hair and I have to get in there with the brush. She doesn't care. Do y'all ever hear her crying when I'm brushing her? Never. Never. She sits
because she's a
there.
second child. They don't cry.
When I brush her hair, she just sits there and she's like, hey, this is amazing, awesome.
No,
Yeah, that's how I feel she's sitting.
no.
I mean, that's how I feel she's sitting.
She was like, he'll stop after a while.
and I do. And I do. You're right. I think Noonie just endures the hair styling.
She was like, he'll get tired in a second. Let me just sit here.
Mm-hmm. Whereas Wreck-It Ralph, if I just go towards him with the brush, he takes off running. He started running from stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? Because, Wreck-It Ralph, I don't know whether it's because he's the first, probably because he's the first. He was babied a lot, right? But he takes off running. He will cringe I'm like, but why are you flinching? You're going to make people think we beat you. Like, stop doing that.
That's what they do. That's what they do. I have two of those people, and my first minions told this lady that I make him eat compost. So he told her that with a straight face, and she didn't know what to say. I was like, his sarcasm is terrible.
Naomi, are you over there making that baby eat compost? This is gonna be a live Conjure Cafe exclusive. Okay, I'm gonna be Dr. Phil. Now, Naomi, it's not normal for people to feed their children compost.
But you know how kids are. They would rather eat compost than, eat the food that you prepared for them. The good seasoned food.
Noonie would eat compost. She doesn't. Noonie gives zero feces. As if it's in front of me, she wants it. Yeah. If I put it towards her mouth, she will. Whereas Wreck-It Ralph, I could take him to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. And he is going to be ticking Chef Ramsay off so bad because he will not try anything. He doesn't even like the stereotypical toddler foods. He does not like chicken nuggets. No. He does not he wants the same things all the time. But here's the crazy part. I have had to literally hold him and not wrestle him, but almost, and here, taste this pancake. And then he begrudgingly, that pop a piece of pancake in his mouth. He's like, okay, that's straight. And I'm like, why do we have to go through all this? Just eat the food.
That's how they're built. I have a kid who's just like him, and he's been eating the same thing for the last 6 years, every day, twice a day. Well, he would only eat jasmine rice and black beans.
He's a very gassy young man.
Yes, he.
I can tell by that. Just he's a very gassy young man. I see vegans and they're like, "Oh, I eat black beans all day." I'm like, I once did not date this woman because she was talking about all the black beans she ate. I said, "No, we're not about to fall out."
Yeah, he only eats Chipotle and Culver's, the most expensive fast food you can buy. That's it.
Well, la-di-da.
So when
You
we go
did
on
it.
road trips, I be. Oh, he eats Bojangles fries. I mean, nobody can resist Bojangles fries.
Absolutely not. And the
You don't
bow
like
rounds.
Bojangles fries?
No, I know. I love them. And the bow rounds. I was agreeing. You cannot resist Bojangles fries.
You can. I think that was one of the few fries he actually eats. He's like, I don't care where we at, we gonna eat those. I try to
Hold
feed
on.
him dirty rice. He was like, "Yo, what is that? Why does it look like that?"
Because the name Dirty Rice.
Yeah, the beans have to be black. He would not eat red beans, pinto beans. Um, I had made black eyed peas for New Year's, and he looked at them. He's like, "That."
Yeah. He's like, Ain't anybody eating that mess.
And no,
So in the chat, guys, if you put exclamation point readings, it'll give you all my reading information. Like all my reading information in there. Yeah, see? Isn't that neat? Because see, you know, the robotic Hoodoo moderator has, you know, different commands built into him. And I'm always willing to build more. Y'all just let me know what commands you would like. And I'll make sure that he gets the memo. You know, he and my sister helped make these things, make these things run. You know, she did so much work yesterday, getting orders packaged up that I think she forgot ain't no mail running today. I mean, she knocked the queue down to next to Nathan, and boom, nothing. But hey, it is what it is. So,
well, he'll be ready to bombard them tomorrow.
mm-hmm. Because oh shoot, coupon code. Everyone use coupon code Memorial for 10% off your Hoodoo needs. Just wait for the show to be over, so I don't have to put it in now. Pause.
And you get to see the new website.
Yes. Okay. That is an announcement. Okay. So this is a soft opening. It is a soft opening. But if you go, yes. Thank you. See, Naomi has been hired for something. I just don't know what. But she's been hired for something. So y'all know I've been working on something behind the scenes for a while. And there is a soft launch. And some of you have noticed already, if you go to www.trueconjure.com, it sends you somewhere it didn't send you before. It sends you to the new website that was designed by Naomi here. In conjunction, I got to change some stuff, with things that I've been trying to do, because I listen to you guys, and you guys are like, probably, it's hard to find where I'm streaming here or when I'm streaming there. And people are like, well, how do I, if I feel the need to sow a seed? And then I tried to mitigate a lot of this with the link tree and whatnot. And my moderators are awesome. They're like, okay, trying to input stuff in here. And I'm like, it would be so much easier if we could put everything under one roof. And so Naomi saw the vision, and she implemented that in conjunction with another platform and some other developers. So now when you go to trueconjure.com, you'll see everything is under one roof. We have the shop. You can go there. Readings, clickable. Every platform I'm on, bing, bang, boom, clickable. But also, there's a tab labeled community. The community tab is an internal Discord. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of Discord. It looks kind of like Slack, if you've ever used Slack. But you can post messages, you can post pictures, leave voice recordings or whatnot. Don't abuse it. I don't want to have to take it down. But for the people, because I always hear someone say, I can't figure out Discord. And if my old tail can figure out Discord, but it's not user friendly. This community is user friendly, and also I will be designing courses. I have 2 in the works. One is Hoodoo Candle Magic, the course, and one is working with the Psalms, an entire course. Each course is going to come with a course book, hours of video, live classes, homework, and as you work through the course, you'll be able to upload your homework, even including video, all from within the website right there. And we've got one more thing we're working on. I don't want to say no, we're gonna save that one. It's still with the dev team. We're gonna save that one.
Yeah, because you might get the. Is it ready now?
I'm not even worried about that. You know what I am worried about? The teething. That was my fake island accent for thieving.
Oh, okay. That's what I was supposed to be.
I noticed you looking a little confused there.
I mean, I know you do have shadows, and
people love what you said. Copy machines. I mean, imitation is the highest form of flattery, and within the Hoodoo community, I have been flattered for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I've been flattered for a decade, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that because I don't want somebody to steal it. I don't want anybody to steal it. So that's just, it's coming up. Hopefully, it's gonna launch within the next few weeks, and also, family, with up under this umbrella of the website, we'll be doing away with Zoom. This new website, where we will be able to hold our webinars within the site. It will record the webinars within the site, and you will be able to access the replays within the site. No more me having to re-upload them to something, then email them back out, and none of that.
Exciting. Hopefully
it is.
It'll be, easy for everybody to adopt. I know change is hard, but this should be good.
Yeah. Miracles Everywhere says, how can we follow her? You have fans already.
You don't want to follow me. I'm boring. Well, actually, so I'm trying not to be that type of person who makes their whole personality about having a dog, but I just got a puppy and I love her.
You started out complaining about that dog.
I mean, I complain about her all the time. She was like a baby. You know how babies get on your nerves, but you love them. She's so cute. She got her own TikTok because TikTok need to help me pay for her training. She need a lot of training.
You know what?
She's going to need ongoing training because she's about to be like 70, 80 pounds. And she only 15 pounds and she already got an attitude. So, but she's so cute and cuddly and soft and fluffy. And all she want to do is follow me around and bite my ankles.
Oh my gosh.
She is. She's adorable. She's snoring right next to me right now.
You're like all these. Okay, so a lot of people, everyone knows I have a bunch of snakes, right? Bunch of snakes. And people, especially down here, when I moved down here, like I'm the only Black person for miles around that has snakes. Everybody else down here, down south, they still mad from the Garden of Eden. Every time they see a snake, I remember, listen, Naomi, Mr. J, rest in power. He was over here out in the yard, and I don't know how he saw this snake. It was in the woods on the other side of my fence. He said, "Is that a snake right there?" And I looked, I said, "Oh yeah." I'm thinking it's so cool. Mr. J had this ability to conjure things out of nowhere. Okay. And he's like in his mid-70s. And so I'm looking at this snake like, oh wow. Yeah. And it was like a black racer. Cool snake. And I was like, oh, cool. And out of nowhere, he said, "Here, if I hand you this, think you can get him?" And I look, Mr. J was holding the biggest rock I have ever seen someone hold in their hands. I'm like, this dude is like Atlas from Greek mythology holding the world up. And it, Naomi, I wish I was exaggerating. The damn rock was this big.
He said
it was huge. And he's like, if I hang this thing, you can hit him. Like, I'm supposed to take this boulder from this man. And I said, no, Mr. J, let's leave the snake alone. He's all right.
Playing. He said you got to get it one time and get it right.
Right. Listen, so my cousin also lives down here. Shout out JB. Helps me out on the Hoodoo Acres with a lot of stuff. He's absolutely amazing. You know, him and Brian in the chat. What's up? Shout out Brian. Have been absolutely like godsends when it comes to getting stuff down here. You know, I honestly, when Mr. J transitioned, I'm like, well, Hoodoo Acres about to turn into shite. But they stepped up, helped me out with some stuff around here, especially with me getting my shoulder operated on. So there was this time when Mr. J and JB, they both wear glasses, saw a snake in the road. JB in his truck, driving down the road to Hoodoo Central, sees a snake, goes home to get his gun, comes back, calls Mr. J. Mr. J grabs his gun, and they go out there, and I'm like, oh my God, here's two people who can't see, and there's two guns and a small snake. And I said, well, somebody going to the upper room. I know it.
They can see. They got glasses. You'd be scared if they didn't have their glasses. Shooting at the snake.
This is true. I don't know what it is about country people and snakes, but
all of them are poison. They all poison.
Every last one of them. And there's only two kinds of snakes down here, because that's every time someone sees a snake, it's either a rattlesnake or a water moccasin. Never mind, there's no water around. You know, there's only two kinds of snakes down here. And I'm like, y'all leave these alone. And then my cousin, instant karma, Naomi, instant karma. 2 summers ago, he was like, dang, because my cousin breeds Rottweilers, champion, beautiful Rottweilers. And he said, man, I can't keep the rats out of my dog food. They just everywhere. They bad this summer. And I said, because you're killing all the snakes. Leave them alone.
Dang. Yeah, yep. See, no. I'm so glad it's not. I cannot. I can do anything else, but I can't do rats. I'm scared of rats. I don't like rats. I'll kill all the spiders, all the bugs. I don't like rats. Mice, nothing.
Or here's the thing: leave it alone. Leave them alone. Just let them be.
But you can't leave them alone because they come bothering you.
Okay, yeah, I agree, but I only agree with hornets. Hornets are little assholes. Wasps, little assholes. I let everything else, bees, I just leave them be, because I'm like, listen, God put them here. They have a purpose. They may make my skin crawl, but they're okay. But wasps, listen, Wreck-It Ralph got stung on the finger like a week or 2 ago, and I took that personal. Like I chased that wasp down. I was like, what's that movie? With Liam Neeson, what the dude that pees on himself in public all the time? Liam Neeson. Neeson? Is it Neeson or Nielsen?
I don't know.
You about bad as my sister. If I ask my sister about a movie, she's just like, she's not a movie person.
I don't have time to sit down and do anything.
Can someone in the chat, is it Liam Neeson or Liam Nielsen? But so you would know his face if I showed it to you. You would absolutely know his face. And I don't know how to screen share with the software we have set. I will attempt it. I will attempt it.
I'm gonna shut the whole computer down.
Thank you, Sherry and lovely L is Neeson. So he is in public peeing on himself a lot. I don't know why. He likes to drink. And then he's like, bump it, I'm finna go. But he had this movie, Taken. Thank you, Lovell. So in the movie, his daughter gets abducted. And he is on the phone with the kidnappers. He's like, listen, they didn't know that he was a master assassin himself. He was like, I'm a man with skills. I will fight you. And that's how I was with this wasp, because I was so upset when Wreck-It Ralph got stung because he was just holding his little finger, and I was like, oh man. And I'm like, look, Wasp, you don't know what you've done. This is not business. This is personal. I'm a man of a unique set of skills. Okay. I'm not only going to destroy you, but your entire little stingy family. And I chased him down, and I have this. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I've got here. Hold on.
What? Oh, Lord. Every time he goes off screen, I'm scared about what he comes back with. Because one time he was talking about how many underwear he gets in the mail, and then he went off screen. I was like, please don't come back with a box of underwear. Please, Lord. What? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, if y'all hear noise in the background, no children or pets have been neglected during the stream. They just loud. What is the? What is that? Is that an electric? We had one of those when I was deployed, and that was like the highlight of our entertainment. What is that? A water gun?
Nope. It holds salt. See, it holds salt, and it blasts salt. Look.
Who gave you a debit card? Who did that?
And then
you don't need all of that. Let me tell you, when I was in high school, we had a wasp nest on the back porch, and I grabbed a can of WD-40 and a lighter, and I flamethrow that wasp nest. I could have burned down the whole house, but luckily I didn't. But the wasp nest was gone.
Listen, you're right. I may not need all of that, but you know what? When you sting my baby, I want it.
We had the bus driver stopped in front of my house, and she was like, "There's a wasp," and I couldn't leave the wasp on the bus with the kids, so I grabbed a plastic bag and grabbed the wasp in the bag, and I was talking to her, and the wasp stung me in the hand. I mean, I got lucky because he was in the bag, but I feel bad for Wreck-It Ralph because that does hurt.
Okay, miss, you don't need all that. Okay, he can't sting you from a bag with an ass full of salt.
I didn't need salt. Look, a plastic bag killed the wasp.
It's even got a safety on it,
Are you talking about them in the street with the guns and you got a salt? You just as bad as them in the street with the damn snakes.
I mounted his head on the wall. Yeah, I got a little styrofoam placard with a little wasp head with a pin stuck in it. Come after my family.
Just hung a bag, a paper bag. I heard if you hang a paper bag out, they won't build a nest because I think there's already a nest there.
And you know what else? You know what else I did, Naomi? You know what else I did? Gen H 3131. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Retribution.
Y'all are a mess. Look, this is what I did. The wasp was drawn and quartered. Stingers, legs, arms, wings, and I scattered them around the yard as a reminder to the rest of them. This ain't what you want. Don't come around here. This ain't what you want.
Well, hopefully you shoot that salt gun is better than you shoot in Call of Duty.
We ain't. Oh my God.
He got mad because I told him to shoot a center mass because he was missing headshots.
We are not about to do this, okay? We are. Hold on, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and. Take you off this, boy. Whoa. Well, the co-host tryouts will be beginning tomorrow. Listen, you don't understand. Listen, one time you watched gaming footage. One time you have never seen me, Black Cat, scents and fragrances. We don't know where Virgo is going. We don't know where she's going. But we strike fear into other teams when it comes to Call of Duty. We strike fear. That was one time. You ought to see. Well, ask my sister. You ought to see. I'm over here. I'm just talking, just straight up, giving people headaches, busting them in the head so much. Pause.
Okay.
Oh God.
I mean, whatever. It was just you on that
play?
one.
Do you play?
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get a sister one day.
So the answer is no. See, it's always the backseat drivers.
But I played it in real life.
Thank you for your service.
I always, people want to talk crap, but I had to shoot. I had to bust some guns in real life.
Me too.
I don't carry a rifle anymore.
But I was just thugging. Shoot. So it's two sides of the same coin. I used to tell people all the time, hey, if Putin decides he wants to come rolling down the road, y'all better make it to the hood. We got guns. Better make it to the hood. Or come out to the country. I left 2 environments loaded with artillery.
Yeah. And I don't live alone. I live with Smith and Wesson.
Listen, okay, so do you know guns or do you just shoot them? I'm not like a gun connoisseur. I know what I've shot. I know that I don't like to shoot a 22 because it feels weird in my hand. Okay, respectful. Because I'm the same way about cars. I have a buddy who he's retired now. He used to be a sergeant in the police department. And his uniform had this thing called, what is it called? Firearm expert. And I was like, oh, you know about a bunch of guns? He's like, no, man, I just know how to shoot them. Because if you know how to shoot them, then it don't matter. As long as it's got a trigger and some sights, I'm good. I said, okay, great. But see, that's how I am with cars. If you get me behind the wheel and a gas pedal, that thing will howl like a scalded dog. So I understood what he meant. So that's how I understand what you're saying, right? So in the hood, there are these 2 weapons. I don't even know if they're still made. They're known for being very inexpensive. Anybody in the chat, feel free. One is called a brand called Llama. Yeah, I saw that look on your face. You probably never seen it. You got to go to Southwest or Southeast Atlanta, and you probably see a Llama. And another one's called High Point. Thank you, Lil Jeet in the chat. High Point. Listen, everybody know. Listen, I used to have a poor opinion of High Point because, Naomi, imagine the most top-heavy firearm in the world. Okay, imagine you're trying to hold this candle, but with a brick on the top of it. Okay, that's holding a High Point. That's how top-heavy a High Point is. I mean, literally, a High Point makes your forearms strong. Just trying to aim it, okay? But the thing, since I've come down here and people down here have High Points, let me tell you, that's a solid weapon. It's solid. Once you get used to the top heaviness, a High Point, listen, it's solid. And you only gonna pay 37 cents for it.
37 cents? You're gonna pay more for the rounds, huh?
Yeah, the bullets cost more than the gun.
I was so hurt. I had to go get another magazine or for my weapon. It was like $50. I was like, $50. I was appalled. I was appalled.
Listen, the price of everything is going up. And it's so funny because you said magazine. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So this is totally off subject, but kind of on subject. Look, Gen X31 said mine was $89.95. Okay. Okay, well, you could have bought 3 of them. So here's the thing about High Points, not High Points, but Clips and Magazine. There are these two YouTubers who were beefing, and they were both like really big YouTubers. One was like, he had your sense of humor, Naomi, just deadpan, not necessarily not dry, but just matter of fact, I'm just gonna snark you to death, right? The other dude was like very animated, yeah, and hood. And so why they started beefing, I don't know. And I think the loud one underestimated the quiet one. And so, yeah, Penguin Zoe. So the loud dude was like just pulling out his too, like, yeah, you want some of this? I'll come pull up. And then the other dude, Penguin Zoe, was like, and he was like, yeah, look, I got clips. And so Penguin Zoe pulls up, and to put it into perspective, he looks like Jesus.
Oh, that's YouTube Jesus.
Well, he just sits and then he talks like this. His name is Charlie.
He's very pasty, and he's long hair. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he's sitting there. He's like, and first of all, you're talking about clips, and then when people shorten our videos, those are clips. And he pulls out this huge street sweeper, and he's like, these are mags. They're not clips. Magazine. And I'm like, don't go to his house. He gonna pick you off from down the street.
I got some magazines around here somewhere. I'm not sure why. I just have them. They just.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Conjure Cafe. We talk about everything under the sun.
As random as can be.
Because Naomi had. Oh, listen, let's get into the stuff that you have.
Oh,
on deck.
We got.
How much longer we have? We got 12 minutes left in the show. We have 12 minutes, ma'am.
I mean, if you want to talk about wieners, I mean.
Oh.
Pause.
Big pause. I don't want to talk about wieners. Could you please add some context to this?
I don't know. I just
God Almighty.
I like to bring it lighthearted. I was looking at the other day, and they had at the Indy 500, they had the Wiener 500, and I thought that was so cool because when I was in high school, we ran the concession stands at I was at Lowe's Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty loud at those events. It's long and it's boring and it's hot.
What?
I mean, it's not boring if that's what you like to do, but we did concession stands out there.
So are they just listen? Oh my God. Cherie, I'm gonna need you to calm down, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Cherie's like, I need to check this out. Oh my God. You know what? Stop. Okay, so explain. I'm still not following. Okay, so I understand it said the Indy 500,
yes.
Huge race thing, right?
Yes.
Racing cars, huge thing. I get it. So what is the Weenie 500?
So they brought out the Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles. Those long Wiener mobiles. It was like 6 of them, and it was so cute.
I'm so immature because look, you're not making it any better. You're also not making it any better. I'm over here. I'm fighting for my life over here. Because let me tell you, I'm at this point, I envision the world's worst foot race. At this point, it's like,
6 large Wienermobiles. They don't move. They was moving, but they don't move as fast as the other vehicles. And they were going around. I'm not sure why.
I would be worried about the aerodynamics of it. Now that's just my inner nerd coming out. Because when you get, and I've seen those Oscar Mayer hot dog. We was gonna say that. I'm not saying wiener again. We have filled our wiener quota for the show.
As you say, wiener 3 more times.
Never again. So I've seen the Oscar Mayer hot dog mobiles, and they look like a hot dog. And so with that shape going really fast, I'd be worried that the wind would catch it and, make it wobble.
I mean, it's a pretty standard. I guess it's as
Giggity.
aerodynamic as it's gonna be for a wiener. But
Wait, say it again.
What?
Say that word again.
Say what word?
The W word.
What word? What? What, wiener? Well, in New York we call them franks. So
Lord have
I
mercy.
like to piss off Southerners sometimes, and I call it a frank.
So Sherry, I'm going to need you for this show if you're going to be up. We need a producer behind the scenes because evidently Naomi cannot help the salty language.
My baloney has a first name.
People, okay, so I have a conspiracy that I feel is like really going on. Seriously, because I remember growing up, we ate bologna all the time. Seriously, there was like bologna sandwiches. We made bologna hats, bologna boobies. Where you put bologna on the frying pan and it boop, pops up, looks like a boobie. It seems like sometimes you would just roll up bologna. Have bologna, mustard, you just roll it up and eat it like that. Like is there like a bologna shortage going on?
No, the kids don't eat bologna anymore. They eat hot Cheetos and soup and ramen.
Right. Everybody in the chat is like, well, not everybody, but they're like, yeah, we used to fry it up. We used to eat it all the time. Like everyone ate bologna back in the day, but now there's no bologna. Look, somebody in the chat says, do they even sell bologna now? Right.
They do,
where's all the bologna?
Well, we got money. We're not eating bologna. We eating shrimp boil, crab boils, and DoorDash.
Listen, we got to bring bologna back.
We got to go back to our roots.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Do you ever think that the world is messed up because we have strayed so far from things like bologna?
But you know what?
We're feeding our kids black beans and everything.
A lot of us can't have bologna no more because your blood pressure too high.
Listen,
I don't have those problems.
Man, you better take your aspirin and drink a bunch of water.
But you know what? I didn't eat bologna growing up. We was a spice ham house.
Well, one, you're a Yankee, okay, and two, you're significantly younger than me. So I mean, you're like speaking on a conversation.
That much younger than you. You are. Text me
your age. Yes, I am old enough to be one of your parents.
No, you're not. Anyway,
yes, I am. Especially down here in Southwest Atlanta.
Ew.
They used to have that class, and religiously, whenever we graduated or whenever they had a graduating class, somebody had a baby. I'm talking about walking across to get they, as my grandma used to say, diploma. Get their diploma with a baby.
Yeah, I've seen 12-year-olds. I was like 12.
Yeah, we're. That was the wrong button. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, my grandma used to say diploma, but now I'm lost. Okay, yeah. You're young. You don't know about bologna like I know bologna.
I know about bologna. I just didn't eat it. I guess it was spice ham was cheaper. I guess
I've never even heard of spiced ham,
and I never seen it again after I got older.
What is it?
It's like ham.
I gotta look this up now.
It's the grossest thing.
What in flaming Hades is spiced ham?
We ate a lot of spiced ham.
What is it?
And in New York, you go to the bodega and get a hero.
Oh, that's that stuff that I never bought.
It's disgusting.
Because it's
But
got bits of stuff in it.
it's got peppers in it, like salami.
Yeah, I used to see that stuff all the time at the grocery store. I never bought that. It looks gross. It looks like the meat had like growths in it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it doesn't taste too bad if you're hungry. But my stepdad used to. He even got
When you're hungry,
economic with
everything
it. He
tastes
would
good.
slice it himself.
When you're
But,
hungry, everything tastes good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're hungry, you just gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm. To pig feet,
No,
chitlins,
see, I never been that hungry.
chicken feet.
Well, you know what? When I was growing up, they didn't waste the pig feed and the chitlins on kids because they didn't even offer it to us.
Because the adults love them so much. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you.
The adults love the chitlins so much. We're not about to let y'all have any. Luckily, I had a family that loved me and let me experience the chitterling.
My sister used to call it chitlets. Chicklets. She's like, Mom, can I have more chicklets? She would kill me if she knew I told y'all.
Listen, people don't understand how good chitlins are, especially when you throw some Tabasco or some Red Rooster on them. Oh my God! I have some chitlins.
Red Rooster is what? Hot sauce?
Yeah. Go get your purse, and I'm confiscating your black car. You don't know about Red Rooster?
We don't. Frank's Red Hot is the only hot sauce in New York. And then when I came to the South,
you can put that stuff on anything.
I learned about Texas Pete and my life changed.
Texas Pete, Tabasco, Red Rooster.
I can't eat Tabasco sauce anymore. MREs ruined them.
Wait. Oh, MREs. Okay. Yeah. So I watched this show. No, it's a YouTube channel about this dude who just reviews MREs all the time. He'll even eat super old ones from like not World War II.
They don't have dates on them, so they all probably super old.
He decoded the date so you can see. And the Army and military has this weird dating system where it's not a date. He's like, this was made, as you can see, on the 112th day of 2014. Like he shows you how to read the numbers, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he opens them, and I'm like, okay.
The contents are unrecognizable.
Well, there was one that he said, well, when I was in the Army, we nicknamed this the vomlet. It was a vegetable omelet.
No, oh no.
Wait, are you familiar with the vomlet?
There's some things you just don't eat. It's just like you don't touch the peanut butter. You don't touch the eggs.
He loves the peanut butter.
No.
There's tuna in there?
No, the tuna is actually Starkist tuna. So that's a good one. Some of them had candy, so we all fight over them. Chili Mac was like a big deal. I didn't like the Chili Mac.
This is such an interesting conversation because, we've already established we are two sides of a black coin, okay? I am more high energy. You are more calm and sedate, okay? You know guns from the military. I know guns from the hood, okay? You know about peanut butter and MREs. I know about ramen noodles and stuff from the chain gang. Two sides of the coin that when brought together equals wonderful blackness.
Yeah, because you eat that peanut butter one time. Well, it's a good thing if you don't want to poop in the woods.
Well, yeah, I can't say I've ever done that. I used to camp all the time. And I tell you, my body is trained I could go into the woods on Thursday, come out on Tuesday, I will have only peed.
I've lived that life. They sent us out to California in the middle of the desert, and we had no porta potties. We just had bags and whatever kind of camouflage we can find. And I ate just enough to live.
Right. See,
just enough, not to poop, just enough to live.
I don't understand, and this is like Please don't describe it. Please, I'm gonna tell you that now. Do not describe it. But I don't understand, because of how y'all are built, how women pee outside and don't just piss all over your pants. Because assuming your pants are down, and the way y'all are built, like we could pee across the field, we arc. But the way y'all are built, how do y'all not just piss all over your pants? I don't understand it.
I mean, you gotta build your thigh muscles up. So that's we exercise a lot. You build your thigh muscles up.
Are there any other guys watching the show right now who are just as confused as I am? Because, listen, I have gone to New Orleans, and if you go to New Orleans and you're there in the French Quarter on the weekend late at night, you're going to see some women pissing. It's unfortunate, but you will see some women pissing, because there's nothing but bars that serve all this alcohol, and they all have a sign that says no public bathroom. You got to be a customer.
Crazy.
And there's always a line. Thank you for the gift of membership. So you will see down the alley a woman bent over, and of course you don't look. Give her privacy. Don't look. But I always wonder, like, how do y'all not walk around with pissy pants? Because if my pee just dropped out of me, it would splash my shoes, feet, and everything.
Yeah, but most of us don't sit on public restrooms, so we're used to hovering over the toilet. You think I'm gonna sit on a porta potty in the middle of the woods?
Mystery Lady Joy says knees, thighs, and stomach muscles.
We practiced that posture since we were little kids, because if you sat on the toilet, your mom would curse you out in the bathroom.
Well, dudes don't sit. We don't sit on public toilets either, but we build a nest. We sit down. We just build a nest.
You think we got time to be in there? Sometimes we do, but man, some of those porta potties look like men just going in, just spray and pray. It'd be dark. They just, wherever it just lands, it just lands.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I've always wondered, why is it? And it's just the men's bathroom, because I don't know what goes on y'all side of things. But every men's restroom is just wet everywhere. The floor, the walls, it's just wet everywhere. And let me tell you, if you use enough public men's rooms, you become a master of Taekwondo, because that's how you open up the door with your foot. Whoosh! Look, and then if the seat is down, you lift it up. Whoosh! And then you do what you got to do, put the seat up, and then you kick flush.
That's nasty.
That's how we do things.
Well, that's what happens in a porta potty. It's wet and scary. So you just kind of...
you know what? I'm just not familiar enough with how y'all's equipment operates, because to me it just sounds like I've owned birds, and I have a bird, and with a bird, stuff just drops out, and I'm like, that's how I picture y'all doing.
And the sad part is, when I have my vest on, I'm short, so my vest would kind of come down to my hips, and I had to lift the vest up a little bit and then squat. I'm telling you, my leg muscles were great.
My gosh.
That's like 50 pounds of gear on my body. I just lift it up and just...
That is on my list of things I plan on asking the Lord when I transition. Because I actually have a list. Like, God, what was the point of the giraffe? That's one. Okay, that's one. Two was, you ever thought about rethinking this free will thing? Because sometimes it just sucks. And three, I don't think you finished with women. I don't think you finished. I think there should have been like a contingency plan for peeing for them.
Well, we was...
Contingency plan.
It works. Don't worry. It works. You may not understand it.
I don't.
It works. You know, I just found out that men sit down and pee like last year. I didn't know that.
Not all, not many, not most, unless you're pooping. Because then it is like the harbinger of the poop. You pee, then poop. I've never known anybody that, yeah. Nope.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know dudes that sit down to pee. That's something in the male community we make fun of. Like, hi, sit down and pee. Not saying it's right. Bullying is wrong. Bullying is wrong. You shouldn't do that. You should not do that. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we got to come up with a frequency for this show, like how often we're going to do it. But I think this is a good show. You know, I had to figure out how to screen share because I would like for us to be able to react to things like we did. I just have to figure out how to screen share. So everyone, if you would like to play around with RoboMod, I'm adding things. Exclamation point begins every command. So exclamation point DONO will show you how to donate. Exclamation point readings with an S will show you all the ways that you may schedule a reading, either video, chat, or by phone with Hoodoo's premier 1-800-pay-per-minute number, 1-800-305-1014. I am extension 10. Okay. Lady J is extension 11. Ozma, the financial minister, extension 12. And we have Lady Lotus Dragon. She speaks Spanish. Se habla español. Y prese número 13. She's extension 13. She reads tarot. And we're going to get Naomi on the line. Look, Naomi's going to be like, look, she is going to be like, I don't want to say a project, but Naomi, do you do readings?
You know I don't do readings.
Right. I just want you to say for them. So I'm going to put her through a training program. It's not going to be easy, but it will be rewarding. I'm going to sharpen you like steel. I'm going to thrust you into the flames.
And then he's going to complain about the monster he's created.
You know, say, work faster, work harder. But when I'm done, you'll be able to reach across that veil and pull out information. And then you'll be extension 14. You'll be extension 14.
I'm supposed to be extension 13.
Well, that is already been done, ma'am. Yes, and then we've got to come up with a gimmick. I don't have a gimmick because I don't believe in them. Okay, but see, we've got this yin yang thing going. So you're going to be the social media reader. So I need you to find something white and flowing.
I'm gonna be the puppy reader. My dog's gonna sit in a chair with me and read. She's gonna judge you while I'm reading. I
like that. But you got to get some white and flowing. You have got to, I like your hair. So we don't want to cover your hair up with a turban because most have on a turban.
I have one. I have a white. I used to have long hair. I have a white hat thing somewhere.
Okay. You need some waist beads.
I had waist beads. I cut them off because. Shut up.
Okay. That's all right. So, okay. Yeah. That we're going to have waist beads. You got to have a whole bunch of neck beads.
I got an amethyst somewhere around here.
Yeah. You got to have a bunch of crystals. And we need to get you some copper wire so that you can just wrap some around yourself and pretend it's jewelry.
I got a copper necklace with a quartz on it.
You have some of everything that I make fun of. You're like, oh, I've got it. So who did you used to be? Okay.
So I used to have natural hair, and having a head wrap is how you not go outside with a bonnet on.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
I had waist beads because I was trying to lose weight. They help you, measure your progress.
Well, a lot of these ladies on TikTok, Must have been just got
Don't
started.
start.
They must
Because
have
the
just
next
got
thing you know, you're
started.
gonna be talking about yoni eggs and coughing. Please don't.
They
No.
must have just got started because I've never seen some waist beads with that many beads on it. They must have just got started in their journey. And I wish them well.
Whatever.
Here's my halo just shining away. I'm just out here doing the Lord's work. So these are things that I'm going to need you to have. Okay. Have these on, have them ready, and then get you a deck of playing cards. And then that's what we're going to, that is where you're going to start. Consequently, somebody, Jenny Love NRT, thank you for subscribing. To close out, this lady messaged me and said, "Hey, Prophet, do you teach a class on cartomancy? You know, the poor person's tarot playing cards?" And I'm like, reading playing cards are not the poor person's tarot. And I haven't responded yet. So if you're watching, that is, playing cards are to me one of the most difficult forms of divination, simply because playing cards have no pictures on them. So there's no cheating. Ooh, let me see what the picture is describing. There's no interpretive playing card. Either you know how to do it, and then you do it. Okay, there's no interpretive. And I know they didn't mean anything by it. You know, that's just me sticking up for Hoodoo because I get tired of people trying to use Hoodoo as a stepping stone for the stuff and gets on my nerves. But anyway.
You done with your soapbox? I mean,
yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I was gonna let you know. I know you're old and you got to get it out. I'm surprised you ain't bring up Hoodoo Con.
I'm not bringing up Hoodoo Con because you know what? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Lord,
Sherry, we gonna come down there. We can't take a shot because we gotta drive back, but it'd be funny. We take a shot every time you miss your Hoodoo Con.
Let me tell you something. I reserved a venue, put down a deposit. I had this before I even said, "Hey, y'all." I said, "Hey, why don't we do this?" And folks were like, "Oh, yeah, this would be great." And then let me get me started. That's it. I'm glad folks like, "Did you block off some block of hotel rooms for us?" No, I did not. And I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, let's wrap this up. I'm out of here. Naomi, this has been great. We need to get together and figure out how often we're gonna do this show.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see here.
It's gonna be fun. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Well, we don't know how often we'll do this show, at least once a week. Maybe Monday through, I don't know, 3 times. Who knows? We'll figure it out. And we'll have some topics. It won't just be us talking about stuff because Naomi is actually very organized. I am not. So we'll get it together.
And I'm punctual too.
Yes, she's actually on. It was Nooney's fault.
No, it wasn't.
The show was supposed to start at 9:00, y'all, but it was Nooney's fault.
It wasn't Nooney's fault.
It was Nooney's fault. They don't want me to be great. They don't want a real one to be great.
Don't blame me.
Families and your family and babies, the most haters.
Yeah, because one of my meetings is banging on the door right now.
Yeah, so we about to get out of here, y'all. I'm probably going to switch over to the VC Lounge or to Kick and solo stream for a little while about some cool stuff. But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We will.
Love y'all.
Yeah, we'll have our own thing, and maybe Naomi will put on her outfit, and then we'll post a picture of her reading outfit in the Discord. But until we go to the Discord, make sure you go to trueconjure.com, sign up, and join the community, because I will be migrating from Discord to my own internal community. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one. Prophet and Naomi are out.